Hello everyone, I'm Morgan, and today I thought I would film in front of my bookshelves for once. Also, I got a new mic, so hopefully you can hear me better. But today I thought I would do the end of the year book tag. This tag was created by Ariel Bassett a few years ago, if my mind is correct. So without further ado, let's just get into the questions. The first questions is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And yes, there are a few, but two that I really wanted to mention are Sapiens, A Brief History of Mankind by Yuval Noah Harari. This is a book I started back in, I think it was July. And the thing is, I'm really liking it. It's just that it's non-fiction, and that I like to read non-fiction more on audiobook, but in physical format I just don't reach for it as much, and I only like to read it in small chunks, but hopefully I will get this read before the end of the year. Author book I would really like to finish before the end of the year is Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. I talked about this one in my autumn TBR, fall TBR, whatever. I did start this on audiobook. I got the audiobook from Audible, and the audiobook is like extremely long, but I don't know, like 9 hours into it or something like that, out of 76. But I did make a dent in it, and I do think that I can get this read before the end of the year, hopefully. But anyway, that's the first question. Second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And lately I've been thinking of reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, because I think it's perfect for this time, and I've been wanting to read this one for quite a bit. I think it's going to be really nice for this month, so hopefully I can get this read sooner rather than later. Question 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? And there is one, and that is Starside by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Skyward series. I don't know how many books there are gonna be, but I read Skyward earlier this year and I loved it so much. It was just amazing, and I love the audiobook. It's one of the best I have ever read, listened to anyway. I don't know, it's so perfect. It's full of action, and I love the characters, and the world building is so well done. I was just in awe of Brandon Sanderson, and I really want to read more of his books. But I'm happy I started with Skyward. Question 4 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So I picked 3, though there are so many more that I want to read. The first one is Under the Dome by Stephen King. I have owned this book since 2013, I think, and I still have yet to read it. The thing is, I've been hearing so many people over the years saying that this is not really that good, that I've been really on the fence, especially considering it's so long. But then again, Stephen King's books are quite easy to read, so that they go by quickly. It's not like Infinite Jest that is, for one, huge, but for two, also really hard to read and in like the smallest font ever. This is quite an easier read compared to that. So hopefully I can get this read before the end of the year. Another book I would really like to read before the end of the year is The Winter Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. I mentioned Murakami in my video about the 10 literary fiction authors that I wanted to read. I really want to read more of his books, but the one I do own is this one. And I've heard quite good things about it and about his books in general, so hopefully this will be good. And the third book that I really would like to read before the end of the year is Ghostwritten by David Mitchell. As you will know, if you have watched a few of my videos, I love David Mitchell so much. He's one of my favorite writers, and I haven't actually read any of his books that I haven't read yet this year. I like to read at least one every year and try to go back through his backlist. So this is the first book that he has ever written, and I finally own it, so I would like to read before the end of the year to get my David Mitchell of the year. Question 5 is there a book you think would still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I think a lot of the books that I did already mention could be one of my favorites, but two I did want to mention others are Radiance by Catherine M. Valente and Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. These two books have been on my radar for so long. They just sound like totally my thing, so hopefully they will not disappoint me. I'm probably reading this one next month for the Buzzword Readathon, hosted by Books and Lada, because it has a number in the title, but hopefully I will read this one too. Question 6 is, have you already started making plans for 2020? And kind of. For one, I want to go through my TBR, and I'm definitely not done with it at the end of the year, so I want to go through that. Other than that, I also have a few arcs already from NetGalley for books that are going to be out in 2020. And David Mitchell has a new book coming out in 2020, so does Otasha Moshfegh and so many of my favorite authors. So I cannot wait to see what they're going to be coming out with. And yeah, I don't know, I want to read, continue what I'm reading. I like classics, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever, literary fiction, everything. I love every genre and I want to continue reading all of them. And I don't know, maybe get into more. I think the only things that I don't read are like poetry and romance, because I don't know, maybe I don't feel that it's my thing, but maybe I should try, I don't know. But I don't know, I'm just gonna keep reading everything. So anyway, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Please tell me any of your answers to these questions, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Goodbye! Dream I know, deep up my feelings for you.